This video is the foundation of Stoicism. If you understand what I'm about to tell you, it will completely change the way you see life. Think with me. How many times have you gotten stressed over something that was out of your control? Someone treated you badly, traffic made you late, an opportunity didn't work out. And then, you wasted time and energy fighting against something that wasn't in your hands. Now, imagine if all that energy was directed toward what truly matters: your actions, your choices, your character. That's what the Stoics taught. Epictetus said that the only thing truly ours is our mind and how we react to the world. The rest is external, and fighting against it is like trying to hold the wind. The man who understands this difference is free. He doesn't waste energy on what is beyond his reach. He acts where he can act. He accepts what he cannot change. That is strength. That is discipline. And let me tell you, most men don't understand this. But you will now. The control to click the like button and subscribe is yours. So decide now what you're going to do, because that's entirely up to you. Let me tell you the story of a man who lost everything but didn't lose himself. In 1914, Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, witnessed something that would have destroyed most men. His entire laboratory caught fire. Think about it. Decades of work, thousands of inventions, invaluable research, irreplaceable equipment, all consumed by flames. He was 67 years old at the time. He wasn't a young man with plenty of time to start over. If it had been anyone else, what would have happened? Despair, anger, complaints. But not Edison. As the flames devoured everything, Edison called his son and said something unbelievable. "Go get your mother and friends. They'll never see a fire this big again." No tears, no complaints, just acceptance and a vision for the future. The next day, he gave an interview and said, "The disaster destroyed many mistakes. Thank God we can start over." And that's exactly what he did. A year later, his laboratory was rebuilt, and he invented one of the most important batteries in history. Now tell me, if Edison, at 67, could lose everything and still see it as an opportunity, what's stopping you from doing the same with the challenges in your life? The fire burned the laboratory, but it didn't burn Edison's mind. And that's what I need you to understand. You always have control over how you react to chaos. Imagine for a moment that you're walking down the street on an ordinary day. You have plans, expectations, and you already pictured how the day should go. But suddenly someone shoves you on the subway or spills coffee on your shirt. Anger rises like fire. You think, this shouldn't have happened. But wait. Who said it shouldn't? Who promised you that the world would unfold exactly as you want? Nobody. Nobody guaranteed that your days would be perfect, that your plans would always work out, that everything would happen exactly as you imagined. Now, you have two options. You can react like most people, with frustration, anger, indignation. You can spend the rest of your day irritated, letting a small inconvenience ruin your focus, energy, and mood. Or, you can do what Thomas Edison did. You can look at the chaos, accept what happened, and think, now what? What can I do with this? Edison may not have been a Stoic philosopher, but this mindset perfectly defines how a Stoic thinks. And that, my friend, is the difference between an ordinary man and a Stoic. Life is a game, but it's not a game where you control all the pieces. It's not an action game where you dictate every move. It's more like a game of chess. Other players move their pieces. The board changes. Sometimes one of your pieces is taken, and you can't do anything about it. But you know what you can do? Think about your next move. Plan. Adjust your strategy. Control what is within your reach. One of the biggest problems of the modern man is that he wants to control everything. He wants people to act the way he expects. He wants the economy to always be in his favor. He wants every opportunity to unfold without setbacks. But the truth? That will never happen. And if you don't learn to accept this, you'll live stressed, anxious, and constantly frustrated with reality. But if you learn to focus on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your behavior, you become unstoppable. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said, "Some things are within our control, and others are not." The difference between a wise man and a fool is that the wise man focuses only on what he can control. That's the key. Imagine two men lose their jobs on the same day. The first man panics. He gets angry, wonders why this happened to him, blames his boss, blames the government, blames bad luck. He spends weeks complaining, drowning in frustration, waiting for the world to fix the injustice done to him. The second man feels the impact, of course. He's human. But then he stops, takes a deep breath and thinks, okay, this happened. What is within my control now? He updates his resume. He starts networking. He sees this as a challenge, not a punishment. And soon, he finds something better. What changed? The event was the same for both, but the reaction was different. And you know what's crazy? The world belongs to the second man. The first man is chained to what he lost. The second moves forward. How to apply this in your daily life? Now you might be thinking, all right, I get the theory, but how do I apply this to my life? Here are 3 practical steps to adopt a Stoic mindset. First, whenever something bad happens, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, let it go. Accept it. It's not worth your energy. Second, change the way you interpret situations. You don't control events, but you control how you think about them. If something bad happens, instead of saying, why did this happen to me? Try saying, how can I use this to my advantage? This changes everything. Third, direct your energy toward what truly matters. Most people waste 80% of their energy complaining about things they can't change. Flip that. Spend 80% of your energy improving what you can control. Your body, your mind, your work, your discipline, your patience. The man who does this becomes unstoppable. I know it's not easy. I know that sometimes anger rises, frustration kicks in, and the urge to fight the uncontrollable feels irresistible. But that's just your mind resisting reality. The true warrior is not the one who fights against the world. It's the one who masters himself. The one who looks at chaos and smiles because he knows that inside, everything is in order. Remember this today. Every time something doesn't go your way, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, can I change this? If yes, do something about it. If no, move on. It's that simple. The man who lives this way is not controlled by circumstances. He controls himself. And in the end, that's the only control that truly matters. The key to a life of high performance, discipline, and inner peace lies in this simple understanding. So today, before you react, before you get angry, before you drown in frustration, remember, you don't control what happens, but you control how you react. See this reflection from Epictetus. Some things are in our control, while others are not. We control our opinion, choice, desire, aversion, and, in a word, everything of our own doing. We don't control our body, property, reputation, position, and, in a word, everything not of our own doing. Even more, the things in our control are by nature free, unhindered, and unobstructed, while those not in our control are weak, slavish, can be hindered, and are not our own. Epictetus, Enchiridion 1.12. Here's what I need you to understand right now. You are free, but only if you accept this truth. The ordinary man lives imprisoned. He enslaves himself with the desire to control what was never his. He loses sleep over other people's opinions, suffers over what might happen tomorrow, and despairs over every failure. He doesn't understand that these things were never in his domain. But you will not be that man. Starting today, you choose to free yourself. You choose to focus on what truly matters, your actions, your discipline, your mindset. If someone criticizes you, that's not under your control. But your reaction is. If an unexpected setback happens, that's not under your control. But your adaptation is. If the world challenges you, that's not under your control. But your strength to keep going is. And here's the beauty of it all. What is within your control is more than enough. So today, before wasting energy on the uncontrollable, make the choice that few are willing to make. Focus on yourself, on your growth, on your character, because in the end, that is the only control that truly matters.